If you're a Texas gardener, you know April isn't just another month. It's the final boarding call for your spring garden. That train to a big harvest is leaving the station, with the summer heat hot on its heels. With over 15 years of gardening experience in a central Texas backyard, I can tell you, if you want to harvest fresh vegetables before the summer inferno shuts everything down, you have to act now. In this video, we'll cover the 7 crops you must get in the ground this month. This is your last shot for a truly productive spring, so let's get to it.
For us Texas gardeners, spring isn't a gentle warm-up. It's an all-out sprint to summer. You've probably heard it said that Texas has 2 growing seasons, spring and fall. That brutal stretch from June through August isn't for growing, it's for surviving. The intense heat and soul-crushing humidity cause most of our favorite vegetables to just give up. Tomatoes stop setting fruit, leafy greens bolt overnight, and many plants are simply fighting to stay alive. This is why April is so critical. It's our last real window to plant 2 kinds of crops, those that grow incredibly fast and produce before the heat arrives, and those special vegetables that don't just tolerate the Texas summer, they absolutely love it. Waiting until May is a huge gamble. For most of these plants, the soil will be too warm or the young seedlings won't have time to grow deep roots before they get baked. So let's talk about the 7 crops you need to focus on right now to make the most of this closing window.
First on the list is the undisputed king of the Texas summer garden, okra. If one vegetable was built for our climate, this is it. Okra doesn't just survive our heat, it craves it. It only really starts growing when the soil is consistently above 70 degrees, which is right where we are in April. Planting okra now from seed or a small transplant lets it get established before the peak of summer. By the time your other plants are wilting in July, your okra will be hitting its prime, cranking out pods day after day. I recommend planting seeds directly in the ground. You can soak them overnight to speed up germination. Plant them about 1 inch deep and give them plenty of room, about 12 to 18 inches apart, because these plants get tall. They need at least 8 hours of full, direct sun. For varieties, you can't go wrong with Clemson Spineless, but I've also had great results with a Texas heirloom called Hill Country Red. The real key to a great okra harvest is to pick it constantly. Check your plants daily, because a pod can go from perfect to woody in what feels like minutes. Harvest them at 3 to 4 inches long, and you'll have a steady supply all the way to the first frost.
Next up are southern peas, which include black-eyed peas, cream peas, and purple whole peas. While their cousins, the English peas, gave up weeks ago, these southern staples are just now hitting their stride. Southern peas are another crop that loves the heat, making April the perfect time to get them in the ground. Planting them now ensures a fantastic harvest before the driest part of late summer. They're incredibly tough and even fix nitrogen in your soil, which helps fertilize your garden for the fall crops. Plant these directly from seed. Don't bother starting them indoors. Plant the seeds 1 inch deep and 4 to 6 inches apart. Some varieties are bush types, while others will vine and appreciate a small trellis. I'm a big fan of pink eye purple hull and California black eye. There's also a Texas-bred variety called Texas Cream 40 that's incredibly reliable. Once established, they are surprisingly drought-tolerant, but you'll get a better harvest with a good, deep watering once a week. You'll be picking these in about 60 to 70 days, either as young green pods or by letting them dry on the vine to store for winter.
Number 3 is a garden all-star, the cucumber. With cucumbers, you're in a race against time. They need to sprout, vine, and set fruit before the scorching heat of July, which can make them taste bitter and stress the plant. April is your last chance to get seeds or transplants in the ground for a quality harvest. Planting now gives the plant a long enough runway to produce like crazy in June. You can use either seeds or small plants this month. I always provide a sturdy trellis to get the vines off the ground, which improves air circulation, your best defense against powdery mildew in our humid springs. Space your plants about 1 foot apart along the trellis. A heavy layer of mulch is your best friend here, as it keeps the soil moisture even, which is the secret to preventing bitter cucumbers. For varieties that handle Texas humidity, look for Market More or Straight 8. The trick to a massive harvest is to pick them often. The more you pick, the more the plant produces. Don't let them get huge and yellow on the vine. That just signals the plant to stop.
Next, let's talk about summer squash and its famous cousin, zucchini. Like cucumbers, these are fast growers that struggle once the heat turns all the way up. Planting in April means you'll be harvesting armloads of squash in just 45 to 55 days, long before the summer heat shuts down production. You can plant seeds directly in the soil or use transplants. I like to plant them in small mounds of soil, placing 2 or 3 seeds in each and spacing the mounds about 3 feet apart. Black Beauty zucchini is a classic for a reason. It's an absolute workhorse. For yellow squash, early prolific straightneck lives up to its name. In Texas, the biggest challenge with squash often isn't the heat, but pests, especially the dreaded squash vine borer. Crop rotation is a great strategy. Avoid planting them in the same spot you did last year. Keep an eye out for their bright yellow flowers. They're a sign that pollinators are visiting and fruit is on the way. Harvest your squash when they're still on the smaller side, around 6 to 8 inches long for the best flavor.
Number 5 on our last chance list is peppers, specifically hot peppers. While bell peppers can be fussy in extreme heat, hot pepper varieties like jalapenos, serranos, and habaneros thrive on it. In fact, the intense Texas summer actually boosts their capsaicin levels, making them even spicier. April is the perfect time to get your transplants in the ground. Starting from seed now is too risky. The plants won't be big enough to handle summer. Getting strong, established plants into the garden this month gives them time to develop a deep root system before the real stress begins. Plant your pepper transplants about 18 to 24 inches apart in a spot that gets full sun. Here's a pro tip. Add a little fertilizer right when you see the first flowers forming to encourage the plant to set more fruit. For Central Texas, I've had great luck with early jalapeno for steady production and Joe Parker as a milder Anaheim-type pepper. One of the best things about hot peppers is that they keep producing all summer and deep into the fall, often right up until the first frost.
The 6th crop you've got to plant now is the sweet potato. You don't grow this one from a seed, but from slips, which are rooted sprouts from a mature sweet potato. April is the absolute sweet spot for planting slips in Texas. The soil is finally warm enough for them to take off, and planting now gives them the long, hot summer they need to form those big, delicious tubers you'll harvest in the fall. You can find slips at local nurseries or even grow your own. When you plant them, bury the slip about 4 to 6 inches deep, leaving the top leaves above ground, and space them 12 to 18 inches apart. Sweet potatoes love loose, well-drained soil, so if you have heavy clay, consider growing them in raised beds with plenty of compost. Beauregard is a fantastic, reliable, and disease-resistant variety. Once planted, the vines will spread out and create a dense ground cover that chokes out weeds, making them a perfect plant-it-and-forget-it crop for the summer. You'll be ready to dig them up in about 90 to 120 days.
Finally, our 7th crop for your April planting marathon is the pumpkin. This one might surprise you, but if you want to carve your own pumpkins for Halloween, you can't wait until fall to plant them. Here in Texas, pumpkins need to be in the ground by late April at the very latest. This gives them time to get established before the heat, then vine out and produce through late summer and early fall, maturing just as the weather cools down. Like squash, you can plant pumpkins from seed or transplant. They are heavy feeders, so be sure to mix lots of rich compost into your soil. These are huge, vining plants, so give them tons of room to roam, at least 4 to 6 feet between plants. For classic carving pumpkins, Connecticut field or jack-o'-lantern varieties do well here. If you prefer smaller pie pumpkins, small sugar is an excellent choice. A key tip is to ensure they get good pollination, so do whatever you can to attract bees. You might also consider pruning some of the vines to encourage the plant to put its energy into fewer but bigger pumpkins. Get ready to harvest these beauties about 90 to 110 days after planting.
So, let's recap your April planting checklist. The 7 last chance crops to get in the ground now are okra, the king of heat, southern peas, the tough soil-building legume, cucumbers for a fast harvest before July, summer squash and zucchini, the sprinters of the garden, heat-loving hot peppers for a season-long supply of spice, sweet potatoes for an easy fall harvest, and finally, pumpkins to get a head start on your autumn decor. Planting these crops now is your best strategy for a Texas garden that not only survives the summer, but actually thrives. You are setting yourself up for a harvest that will last for months. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what you're planting this month. Are any of these 7 on your list, or do you have another go-to for our crazy climate? I love learning from all of you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more Texas-specific gardening advice. I'll be posting updates all season to show you how these very plants are doing in my garden. Thanks for watching. Now, go get your hands dirty.